Attorney General Justin Muturi has suffered a blow after the Labour Court struck out preliminary objections to a case filed by the Law Society of Kenya, challenged the creation of the Chief Administrative Secretary positions by the Public Service Commission. Still in the corridors of justice, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has obtained orders to freeze the properties of a senior KTN manager worth 216 million shillings as it continues with investigations into the individual. Fred Kagonye has this and more.
An objection raised by Attorney General Justin Muturi seeking to dismiss a petition filed by the Law Society of Kenya challenging the creation of the Chief Administrative Secretary CAS position in the public service has been struck out. Muturi had argued that the Labour Relations Court has no jurisdiction to hear the case and that only the High Court is mandated to hear the case. But in her ruling, Justice Monica Mbaru said that the court was established to hear and determine disputes relating to employment and labour relations and for connected purposes. Elsewhere, auctioneer Zakaria Baraza has lost his bid to stop the Environment and Land Court from punishing him for being in contempt of an order given by a magistrate over the demolition of a house belonging to Niraj and Avani Shah in Westlands. Baraza was to be sentenced last week on Friday, but was taken ill and raised questions about whether the court could sentence him, arguing that the Lands Court lacked jurisdiction. This comes days after he was charged with robbery with violence and destruction of property. The judgment on disobeying the court order will be delivered next week on Friday. Still in the corridors of justice, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has obtained orders to freeze money and property worth a whopping 216 million shillings belonging to Peter Maina Njehia, a senior manager of supply chain at the Kenya Electricity Transmission Company Limited, KTN. Among those frozen are apartments and pieces of land worth 78.4 million shillings, 9 vehicles valued at 19.4 million shillings, deposits in bank totaling up to 75.8 million shillings, money deposited in phone numbers linked to him totaling 14 million shillings, and shares worth 171,000 shillings, and investments worth 1 million shillings. In other stories, a police officer attached to Kiandutu police station has died by suicide. Corporal Irene Wangari is said to have used her firearm to take her life today morning. Her body was moved to the Kenyatta University Funeral Home. And finally, 2 male bodies that were retrieved from Gong River by police on Thursday morning are yet to be identified. The bodies are preserved at the city mortuary, with the police calling out to anyone whose loved one may have gone missing to go and see if the bodies are those of their kin. Fred Kagonye, KTN News.
So now family in Gishugu, Kirinyaga East are calling for justice after their son was shot dead 5 times by a lone gunman in the presence of family members. 41-year-old